right, on today's lesson of can't stay away from Facebook Marketplace, we got ourselves another pair of Yamahas because, in my opinion, if you're gonna buy an older ski, these things are just reliable as can be. They both got the 701 in them. Might be asking yourself, why these? Why buy these old pieces of crap and put some money into them and have some fun? Well, it's cheap entertainment. Of course these things are gonna need work and a little bit of money. But if you do it yourself, it's actually pretty cheap. And I don't know about you, but cruising around a 94 Yamaha 700 feel pretty good to me. Alright? It's pretty clean in there. There's the oil reservoir. There's the oil pump, which we will be getting rid of and switching to premix. You might ask yourself why. Let me explain. Let's play a game. You're out there on the water. I clean the carburetors, checked everything, got it all good. What was that? Start, crank, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. What happened? Well, an oil line just blew off. The pumps don't fail too often, but the line can blow off, and within a matter of seconds, your two-stroke, which oh so thrives on running on some good two-stroke oil, no longer has it. And the motor just blew itself up. So, for my peace of mind, to prevent that, I switched to premix. Went to start this guy, just to see if it would run, because this one does, the way it's set up now. This one had no spark. So in order to see if this here kill switch is a problem, take out the front container. Look for these wires. They should be connected, black and a white to a black and a white. I went ahead and disconnected them, and it started. So this is why it was not getting any spark. Now if you're gonna try this at home, locate your fuel line and the easiest part to disconnect it, which is right at this filter. You're preventing more fuel going in to the line, so this thing doesn't just keep running and running and running, and you no longer have a kill switch to turn it off. 165? 165. So we got perfect 165, baby. While we were waiting for parts, we're just gonna go ahead and do a thorough cleaning of this thing. I usually clean after I work on them, but I'm so familiar with these that I'm gonna go ahead and clean it now. We ran out of fuel for the pressure washer, so we're getting some from the jet ski. All that crap. Gotta get that out of there. They came out looking a lot better than they just were. Cleaned everything up. Really like this trailer. All this storage is super sweet. A couple Phillips, take this cover off, and 2 wire connections. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in real quick. See that wire goes down in. We're gonna get that wire taken out. Located the 2 wires. Unfortunately, it goes up through this white part, so I gotta go ahead and get that taken care of. Now, before we do anything, we're gonna temporarily hook this guy up. Let's throw a battery in this bad boy. Battery's in. Wonder if it'll start. What? No. Uh-oh. Seriously? Did I put the fuse back in right? Oh, that might have just been it. I think it was a fuse. Uh-oh. We got start stop, baby. All right. Do need to go through here, but it's too tight, so I'm gonna feed this through first on the electrical tube. Let's get it all bundled up. Remember, I did it to protect the wires and the connectors. Simply unravel the tape, and your donor wire is now gone. Your feeding wire and your connections are as good as new, and the wire right here is protected. Not too bad, but definitely could be cleaned. See the oil injection working, doing its job. These carbs are out. Get to rebuild. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. When they're dual carbs, one's easier to do than the other. Here is the gasket kit from SBT for the carburetors. If anyone's looking for that part number, or Wave Venture 701. Well, let's go ahead and do this one. diaphragm is definitely showing its age. If you don't have a pop-off pressure gauge, don't even mess with this spring. I'm leaving it in there. Gasket in, and the cover back. The backside is super easy to do. I don't know if this ever been rebuilt. Look at that. Old gasket. Oh yeah. The rust. Brother, this guy said he rebuilt the carburetor. He didn't rebuild anything. Alright, looks a lot cleaner now. Look at this. This guy did not replace the gasket last year. There's no way. See if you guys can see the difference on how dirty old one is compared to the new one. Alright, fuel hose time. This guy goes back, ends up connecting up here for the on or the reserve. Well, it's a mess back there. So, you take this guy out and the whole selector will come off. You take this guy out and this guy off and we'll have new fuel line, just trust me. Well, that's what came out of the fuel filter. Yikes. That's not good. So when I do these YouTube videos, people are like, why don't you just put gas in it? See if it starts. Alright, buddy. How about that? Huh? You see that? How about all that crap in this deteriorating fuel hose? That's why. Alright, while this other stuff is waiting to be cleaned, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, SBT. Go to their website. They have a ton of aftermarket jet ski parts. Anything you need for your older skis, they will have. I know personally I've used these guys for the last, I don't know, 5 years ordering parts. So for them to help me out in this video and help me get these parts was a huge help. But they sell anything from little plastic pieces, fuel hose, fuel line, to seat covers, track mats, you name it, motors, anything you need. If you go to their website, they get everything done super quickly and they'll send it right to your door. Faster than any other place, at least I've noticed. So thank you, SBT. Go check them out. I'm not going to show too much of the fuel line, but essentially get your old one, measure it up next to the new one, cut it, and replace it. If you don't know how to do that, I'm sorry, I just don't know what to tell you. Oh yeah, baby. We got that blue. That blue, baby. All the new fuel line is in. I fought with this thing forever. Now we're gonna use our handy dandy, it's missing a battery. Now we're gonna use our handy dandy eBay turbo pump. We're gonna stick it in the gas tank down there and pump this fuel out. It appears to be pumping. Looks like gas to me. But I gotta mix it with premix because we're switching to premix, so I gotta get this stuff out of here. And two 10mm bolts later, bye-bye oil pump. These block off plates could not be any more simple. Plate, gasket, 2 screws, washers, and then these go over the oil fill on this plate. And now it's Nathan approved. See that blue block off plate? I'll zoom in on it real quick. Now we got the new filter compared to the old. You can just tell how dirty this thing is. There's a bunch of crap in it, so let's go ahead and get this swapped out. We're all wrapped up on this guy. I still need to do that, but I want to see if it starts. Uh-oh. We smoked out. You just gotta come in here and just give it a whiff. It's a nice 2-stroke. This is gonna be much easier to replace these fuel lines because I don't have that guy in my way. Way easier. So let's go ahead and knock this one out. This thing is so clean for being a 94. At least on the outside, but what really matters is on the inside, baby. Let's get it. So on these older skis, you have an on, a reserve, and an off. And that means that it's controlled by a knob, which is right here. And this knob runs here, which means fuel lines have to run back to the tank. So you take this little nut off, pop it out, and there's your hoses. Reserve hooked up with some extra fuel line. I'm just letting it siphon into the tank. Well, with those lines out of the way, we're gonna take the carburetor off, get the oil pump off, and get to ripping, baby. All right, let's see how fast we can rebuild this thing. What I always do first, cut this guy open, take this out, lay it all out. But if you don't put the right size in there, you can look up. They give you two different sizes. If you don't use the right size, you're gonna have problems. Lift this plate up. There's your diaphragm. Here's the new diaphragm. Quick squirt. The brush. Some of the garbage out. One more squirt. And in with the new part. So here's the new part. Goes flat down. Boom, boom. Take the cover. A little more crap on the cover. Get rid of it where it counts. Make sure there's no dirt. Put this guy back on. And this was the easy part. Now we're gonna go to the fuel pump side. And here we go. Guy definitely needed to be replaced. There we go. Peel that guy up. Slippery when wet. It's looking good. This plate goes on, but we gotta take these guys out real quick. Come on. All right, there we go. Basically gonna push down as hard as you can so that it pops out on the other side. This gasket, now this one, good. O-ring, we got the fresh O-ring here. Pop that guy in. Oh. Hold on there, Magoo. Whoa. Come on. One. Bye-bye to the oil injection. Hello, block off plate. That's all they look like. Right there. Easiest thing you can do. All right, I got the reserve switch all hooked up. All the new lines are in. Operating. Smoke this place out again. All right. Mechanically, or at least fuel system wise, these things are ready to go. Most of the trouble does come from the fuel system, but just look at how sexy the fuel lines are. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Anyway, now we just gotta take care of this seat. I know it looks like it's in good shape, but it's got a couple tears and it's got to be replaced. And these mats, I'm sorry, man, but these mats gotta go to address this dirty, nasty, old Trek pads, whatever you want to call them, mats. They gotta go. So, insert the Blacktip mat, and look at that difference, baby. Throw back to the 90s with the purple, the pink. Bye-bye. This nice glue is gonna be the fun part. Scraping. It was freaking 80 degrees outside, and I have two jet skis that run, but I decided to make them look better, so 80 degrees. Here we are, scraping away. I go online and look for a better stripper, but I live in California, so just gonna leave that there. You go on AutoZone or Home Depot and it says does not ship to your state. Alrighty. This stuff's a little sticky. What was that? Now how's that for an upgrade? Oh yeah. What a pain to get the old glue off. This one's next, same color. And then we got the seats. I was debating on the purple with the pink, and then I remembered I don't have pink. So look at that. Woo! This whole thing matches now. Why they did a pink seat to begin with, I don't know, but that thing, look at blue and purple, blue and purple. Blacktip, baby. Nice firm pressing down. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. How you feel about that, buddy? Looks good, huh? Ready to put the new seat covers on. The new seat covers are sitting out there in the sun, but basically you come in and take all these staples off. I don't need to show you guys how to do that. It's pretty self-explanatory. But all right, new seat covers are on. Looks good. This one's got a couple wrinkles. That's my fault. I did that one first. But this combo right here, the purple, teal, and it actually came out incredible. Ready to go, baby. These things are completely different. Looks so much better. All right, hopefully this is a good enough angle because this is where it's staying. There's nothing, boys. Do not fall off my head. No, you don't know what you're doing. Don't do that. You have to go faster, you'll get wet. It's gonna get calmer over here, and it'll be easier going back. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing? I'm having the time of my life.
Do they have jet skis in Finland?
Wooden ones.
Let's see. What happened? I wonder. Put some new sparkies in there. And we're gonna check the fuse. Other than that, I don't know. Well, I don't know if the plugs were old or a piece of crap got in the freaking car, but now it runs again. Change the plugs and check the fuse. I don't know. She's on it though. Oh yeah, this one's way different. Oh, MG. That was cold. Woo. This thing turns on a dime. All right, all right, all right. Change the plug out. It's all fixed now. No, come on. You're supposed to look at the camera. She ain't looking at the camera. Where's she going? I was trying to get her next to me. What the? Very dangerous on that thing. How was it?
So great.
All right, we out. Adios.